Episode 4001, Seen by Few, Felt by One.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Welcome to the weekend. I hope you're having a fabulous one. Guess what? There's cold weather on the horizon. Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just in my heart. No, not really. I'm kidding. It's all about relationship builders. But you know what? Sometimes we can have coldness in our heart. Why? Because our feelings, and in marriage, feelings are rough. Seen by few, felt by one. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Okay, so seriously, the weather, yes. Us down here in the South, I am not looking forward to this. We had a few bad storms earlier in the week. Now we're on the weekend and we've got freezing temperatures about ready to hit us in the next couple of days. This is ridiculous. News breaking story here is Christiane is done with winter. I'm done. I'm finished. Bring on my 50-degree weather. I'm great with that. Let's stick it there with spring, a little bit into the 60s, mid to high 60s. Call it that for a couple months and then we can bring on summer. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there. Will you join me? Okay, let's do it. But seriously, we got to talk about something that's so important that we don't talk about. And it's about our feelings. It's about our emotions and what's happening. Because when you look at marriage, right? Marriage isn't just the union of two people. Yes, it is, but it's more than that. It's the careful blending of lives, families, histories, and expectations. When you say I do, you're not just committing to your spouse, you're stepping into a complex web of relationships that come bundled with your partner. It's like you get it all. You just don't go and say, I just want this. I don't want that, but I want this. Have you bought a computer once or recently? You can sit there and pick all these different packages. Like I want this much RAM, or I want this much memory. I want all of this. And you're like, what? And in marriage, you're like, no, you don't get to pick. You get it all. It all comes with it. Good, bad, and ugly. But this is the thing. Your marriage is seen by few, but felt by one. And that one is you. Now, I want you to think about that phrase for a minute. Seen by few, felt by one. Most people barely glimpse the realities of your marriage. They barely play the peekaboo into it, right? They see the smile at the dinner table or the hand you hold during the holiday gathering. But they don't see the late night talks, the silent frustrations, the arguments, or the emotional weight you carry. And no matter how many eyes watch quietly, only you truly experience the full spectrum of your feelings. Now, let me ask this. How many people have sat down and said, we're going to talk about your feelings today and talk about your emotions? Well, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think we're talking about this enough. Why? Because I was just having this conversation with my mom. We are in a society right now that no one knows how to regulate their emotions. Why do you think that is? I'm going to give my unofficial opinion, but it's my opinion. We have technology to talk. Technology does not express emotions. I don't care what emoji you create. It does not say how you feel, and that emoji won't feel what you feel. I don't care how dramatic, how excellent and a drawing that you can do. It is going to be interpreted differently than what is actually being experienced. And so therefore, we're having discussions over text messages that should be discussed in person. And I started thinking about this more, and that's what got me onto this conversation with my mom. I was like, what was different about when we got married, Mom? And not when she got married, when my husband and I got married. I'm like, what was it? I'm like, we communicated differently. We didn't have cell phones. We actually wrote letters. I know. What a concept, writing a letter. What is a letter? Do we even know how to write? Like, seriously. I'm working with my grandbabies right now, teaching them how to write. I want to teach my grandson, he's 5, I want to teach him how to write cursive. Why? Because I think it's an important skill to have. I don't want him just printing his name as his signature. I mean, come on, right? I mean, let's be a little different. Let's do some old-fashioned cursive. And also, it connects different neurons in the brain, but we'll leave that for another episode. So go back to marriage, right? When my husband and I, when we got married, when we were together, if we wanted to talk, we like showed up physically, right? We would pick up this phone if we weren't physically in front of each other that was connected to a wall, and we had to talk through it. But let me tell you, you heard the emotions through that. If somebody was crying, you heard the, right? You heard the kind of whimpering within their voice, the different breath patterns. So you essentially could feel a little bit more. But an emoji, I don't care how good, like I said, the artist is behind that emoji. It does not describe and emote what you are truly feeling. It can't do it. And so this is where I sit, wrestling with this whole thing is why can't we regulate our emotions? Why is everybody so over the top? Because we have technology that doesn't know how to do it. And simply using a recorded message doesn't do it either. Because most of the time it's a heightened emotion. Whether we're really sad or really mad or really glad, it's the heightened emotion. And that's it that comes through. There's not all the in-betweens of the roller coaster of emotions that we go through to get to that one point. And it's no secret that relationships can become tangled, right? And when things get a little wonky, which as you know, when two people come together, they're going to get a little wonky. You're going to disagree. Deciding how much to reveal and to whom is tough. Family and friends often want to help, right? I know, I get it. But good intentions don't mean they understand. They don't see the full story. They can't. They see the highlight reels, not the behind the scene struggles. They don't see all the good, bad, and ugly. They may only see the portions of the good. You may tell them a tad bit of the bad, and maybe you hide all the ugly. But you see, this is where boundaries become your strongest ally. Choose carefully where to draw the line between privacy and openness. Share enough to gain that perspective or advice, but protect the intimate details that only muddy the water. Your marriage is your space. And when you let too many voices in, the clarity you need to navigate emotional ups and downs disappears. Now, let me tell you this. This I'm speaking to for a person who's healthy. If you're in a marriage and your spouse is mentally not put together, and that's me being kind and saying it that way, they could be all over the place and you can fill in those blanks. Then you got to understand that this is really not going to apply directly to you because you're not in a healthy space to have a conversation that makes sense. And if abuse is in the situation and in your marriage, this again is more for your information than for you to be able to do it. What you need to do is get professional help. And I cannot express that enough. And I mean that from my whole heart. Don't walk this road alone. If you need help, go ask for help. If you even have to go to a stranger. If you're like, I am just in a dire situation. I don't feel like I could even go to my church because I'm afraid of what my church is going to tell my spouse. Then go somewhere where your spouse isn't known. Go to a fire station. I'm serious. Go to the police station and say, I need you to direct me to. They have all the lists of people who can help within your community. Go ask for help. Seek it out. Because you don't need to be living in this kind of scared sphere right now within your marriage, okay? So understand this is for marriages that are healthier, but there's really truly no abuse in there. This is more for like normal arguments, heated discussions. Why didn't you pay the bill on time? Now we've got a $15 overdraft fee, whatever it is, okay? All those things that we go through. Did you take the dog out? No, you were supposed to take the dog. Did you take the trash out? You get it. Why didn't you fold the laundry? Pick up your shoes. Okay, we're there, right? Okay, we're on the same wavelength. Got it. But it's important to understand that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how many people observe your relationship, only you can fully know what you feel. And it's true. Others can try to empathize, can come to beside you and sympathize with you, but their experience will not match yours. It's never going to match theirs. Why? Because it's your experience. As much as I want to be put in your shoes, to understand? I can't. Now, I will say this. There are ways, professional people, professional coaches, people who actually know how to understand, to draw that out from within. So there is a way to get to that. But I will tell you this, your average person, probably the one you're married to, has no idea. And maybe you don't either. And that's not a negative thing. It's a fact. Don't get addressed with a feeling. Don't attach a feeling to it. I want you to see it for what it is. That's the key here. And so if we know that, gosh, no one's ever going to be really able to understand, then how do you bridge that gap? How do you understand complex emotions that no one else sees and certainly can't feel? Emotional clarity comes from within. Now, my thing is personally, I believe you need to have some of these discussions with God. Seriously, Lord, what's going on here? Give me clarity. Help me understand what my spouse is doing. Help me understand what I'm feeling from the inside out. It requires honest reflection and literally tools to manage those feelings when they arise, when they come up within, especially in a marriage where emotions are layered and dense. And maybe you're in one of those relationships now. Learn to regulate and understand your emotions. It will go so far for you. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. You've got to regulate and understand those emotions that are within, that begins to boil up within you. What is it? What made you think this way? Where do you think you're going? How do you think this looks? And that's not the easiest thing to do. It's a ton of work, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. And you can do it one step at a time, leads to miles of greatness. So what does that look like in real life? 3 ways to regulate and understand your emotions in marriage. Number 1, name your emotions precisely, literally precisely. When emotions swell, the first impulse is often confusion or denial. Instead, slow down and identify exactly what you're feeling. Are you hurt? Are you frustrated? Maybe you're feeling lonely or fearful. Naming those feelings removes their vague power. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just like this bundle of confusion. It doesn't have to be, because you're naming them, you're understanding them, and it creates a starting point for action. Avoid generalizing with, I'm just upset. Just leave me alone. I'm just upset. I'm just going to be this way for a moment. Go away. No, get specific. Now, that doesn't mean you have to express it out loud. Go give yourself a timeout, put yourself somewhere else, and allow yourself to be, okay, I got to feel this. I got to be this. Where am I? What am I feeling? The clearer you are, the better you understand what you truly need. And it's going to take time. You may have to look up some meanings of words, because if I say, are you feeling happy today? You're like, I'm feeling happy today. But you're like, happy to me is like, blah. It's just like, blah, right? It's okay. It's meh. Maybe for you, incredible is the word. When you're like, over the top, I'm incredible. But happy is like, meh. But if somebody asks you, are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. See what I mean? There's a difference. So you've got to define those definitions for yourself to understand, to be able to regulate what you're feeling personally. Okay. Number 2, use reflection over reaction. Marriages are pressure cookers, and it's easy to react impulsively. So instead, give yourself space to reflect. Don't be mean and tell your spouse to get lost. Just walk away for a moment and be like, okay, I need to think this through here. Journaling, maybe going for a walk, or simply sitting quietly can help you sift through immediate emotions and see the bigger picture. When you're in the heat of something, you're not going to be able to sit down and be like, okay, I get this. Because your blood pressure's rising, you're getting a little hot under the collar, you're already 2 steps ahead of where you really need to be, so slow down. This is where the tortoise wins the race. And then maybe ask yourself a few of these questions. What is triggering this feeling? Like, where's this coming from? Why is this coming up for me? What past experience is influencing my response? I mean, why do I even feel this way? Like, this is crazy. Acknowledge that, okay? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to stay there forever, because we're going to draw you out of there, but you've got to be able to recognize it. Reflection helps prevent tunnel vision, and it opens the door to calm, intentional dialogue. And yes, that means you're talking to yourself. But like I told you before, include your Heavenly Father. And finally, number 3, communicate mindfully, not immediately. Once you understand your emotions, the next step to sharing them in a way that builds connection, not conflict, is your focus. That's where you want to go. I got this. I'm going to build connection, not conflict. Sometimes we just want to go at our spouse. Be honest. Yes, I'm talking to you. We all do it, including me. We want to poke at them. Be kind. Step away and be kind. You want to build connection. That's building a strong foundation in your marriage. So instead of unloading everything in the heat of the moment, choose timing. All right? You get to choose. You don't have to talk about it 2 minutes before you're laying down in bed together. Not a good idea, just saying, right? Watch out for your tone. Don't be like, oh, and get all sassy. No. Sassy is not sexy. You got to be careful. So watch your tone and choose your words carefully. What are you saying? What do they mean? How are they received on the other end? And then you need to think about this too. Express your feelings using I statements. I feel overwhelmed when, rather than accusatory, you did this to me. It's your fault. You always do this. That's condemning. That is not getting you to where you want to go. That is not connection. See where I'm going with this? All right. And when you say, I'm feeling this, it invites your spouse to understand rather than defend, creating space for healing and growth, which normally means you're asking more questions. You're more willing to come together. Now, let me tell you this. This does not happen overnight. This takes work. But your marriage is worth it if you want to build a solid marriage. Remember, your marriage may be seen by few, but the emotional reality of it lives deeply only in you. This tension between external experiences and inner truth is where many marriages either falter or flourish, right? You're either going to fail greatly or you're going to flourish rapidly. It's going to be like, yeah, I got this. No, what was I thinking? When you take control of how you understand and express your emotions and fiercely guard your boundaries, that's when you strengthen the foundation, not just of your relationship, but of your own emotional well-being. And that is valuable, my friend. Your emotional well-being is essential, not only in the survival of yourself, but in your marriage. Remember, it's not about making everyone else understand your experiences. It's about you understanding it first, then deciding who deserves to walk that emotional journey with you. If you get nothing else from me as you're listening to this, you get to decide. You first need to say, I understand this. Then you get to choose who comes alongside you. You don't have to invite a whole party. Not everybody needs to know all the details of what's happening. In fact, honestly, you may only have 1, 2, maybe 3 people that know what's going on. And honestly, that's enough. Your marriage lives in a sacred space. So create that. Create a haven of peace first within yourself so you can create it within your household. And then you can guard your emotions wisely and walk forward with joy in your heart. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.